Good morning, friends. How are we doing today? I hope you're doing well. It's Tuesday, and I hope you're ready to have an awesome day. I thought it would be a good idea to start the day with a story, and it's about Curious George Makes Pancakes. Do you like to have pancakes for breakfast? Is there something that you put on your pancakes that begins with the letter S, and you go like this? Is it called syrup? That does begin with the letter S. I love having my pancakes with syrup. I wonder if Curious George does too. Let's go ahead and start to read Curious George Makes Pancakes by Margaret and H.A. Rays. This is George. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. One morning, the man with the yellow hat woke George early. "Time to get up, George," he said. "The pancake breakfast is today." George loved the pancake breakfast. It was a fundraiser held every year to make money for a special program at the Children's Hospital. Besides eating pancakes, there were all kinds of games to play. Even the mayor came to play and eat. But first, he gave a welcome speech. "Thank you all for coming," the mayor said. "We appreciate your generous support." He thanked all of the volunteers who were helping that day, and finally he said, "Please enjoy yourselves and the pancakes." When the mayor finished, the man with the yellow hat said, "George, I am going to buy our tickets. Please wait here and don't be too curious." Could it be the pancakes? George was curious. What does it mean to be curious? What do you think it means to be curious? I think he's looking around, trying to figure things out. That's what it means to be curious. To wonder and try and figure things out. He followed the delicious smell and found a whole griddle full of pancakes. George watched as a man poured a little batter into a circle and flipped it into the air. It looked like fun to make pancakes. George wanted to help. On a table near the griddle was a basket full of blueberries. These pancakes need blueberries, George thought, and he sprinkled some on top. Have you ever had pancakes with blueberries in it? I have, and it was delicious. Good idea, George. Meanwhile, the man at the griddle was so busy, he didn't notice the little monkey was helping him. But the line grew and grew. Why do you think the line kept growing? Why do you think more people kept lining up to get pancakes? Maybe because they liked the blueberries? I see a man putting something on his pancakes. It begins with the letter S. Syrup? Yeah. George's pancakes were a hit. Soon everyone wanted them, and the man could not keep up. "Please wait," he said to someone holding an empty plate. "I need to find an assistant to help me." And just like that, he was gone. Uh-oh. Does he know that he already has an assistant? George looked at the people waiting in line and then at the empty griddle. Why, he could make the pancakes. He could be the assistant. George poured the batter into nice round circles. Next, he added some blueberries, and he waited just a minute to let the pancakes cook. Then he flipped them over, and at last he added syrup. Wow! How did he put the blueberries? That looks like a smiley face to me. What a good idea! The line for pancakes was enormous. What do you think the word enormous means? I think it means really big. But with 4 hands, George made quite a chef, and no one's plate was empty for long. I've been coming to this breakfast for years, a man said, but I've never seen pancakes like this before. I didn't even like pancakes before, another girl said, and they all lined up for more. Look at him whipping up those pancakes. When the man returned with his new assistant, he was shocked to see a monkey making pancakes. "This is no place for a monkey," he yelled, and he began to chase George. George hadn't meant to cause any trouble. He'd only wanted to help. Now he wanted to get away. Quickly, George found a place to hide, and the man and his assistant ran right by. But where did George go? Where did he go? I wonder, where do you think he went? Maybe he ran home? Maybe he's hiding? What do you think? When it was safe to come out, George jumped down. He was covered in syrup like a pancake. He was sticking to everything. George was curious. Could these napkins help him get clean? Uh-oh. Did the napkins help him or make it worse? Yeah, they kept getting stuck all over him. Syrup is really sticky. No, the napkins only made it worse. What George needed was some water to wash with. Why, here was the perfect thing. George climbed up. This would do the trick for a sticky monkey. George sat on the bench and splashed himself with water. But all of a sudden, what do you think happened next? Splash! George was in the water. What a surprise! George climbed up again and splashed back down. He'd never been in a dunk tank before, and he never had so much fun getting clean. Soon everyone was having fun, and the line at the dunk tank grew even longer than the line for the pancakes. Later, the mayor came by. "I've heard all about your delicious pancakes," he said. "You have made our fundraiser a big success, and I have a special favor to ask you." What do you think the mayor is going to ask Curious George? What do you think he's going to ask? At the end of the day, George got to present the money from the fundraiser to the president of the hospital. "Thanks to you, George, this has been our best year ever," she said. "Will you come back and make pancakes again next year?" George nodded, and everyone cheered. Why do you think they want him to come back next year? What did he do that made the pancake fundraiser such a success? What did he do? Was he doing such a great job cooking the pancakes that he made so many people get more and more and more? I think that's why they want him to come back next year. What do you think? Well, thank you, my friends, for joining me for another story time together. I hope I will see you here again tomorrow for another read aloud. Until then, bye! Big hugs from me to you.